Having left Channa behind, the Renuncian prince walked on to a mango grove, where he stopped and resided, eating no food for a period of 7 days. On the 8th day, the Renuncian prince left the mango grove to go for alms in the city of Rajagaha. All the townspeople could see that this monk was different from other renunciants because of his radiant complexion and an effably calm demeanor.
Oh, he's so handsome.
What's he, a god?
Wow, look at that monk.
Wow, he's handsome, he's beautiful. That's amazing. Look at that guy right there.
Wow, look at that. Look at him.
Delighted, the people spoke to one another, praising the monk's splendor, saying that it was as if a god had descended from heaven for humans to see. Once the renunciant had received a suitable amount of alms food, he returned to his place of rest. Sitting, the prince contemplated the motley food offerings within his alms bowl. All mixed together, it was an unappetizing sight.
In the past, I would partake of only the most refined and delicious foods. Now leading the holy life for the sake of seeking truth, can there be any point in being fussy over what I eat? This nourishment is merely a necessity for sustaining life.
King Bimbisara of Rajagaha sent his men on the trail of this Samana, whom the townspeople regarded as splendid, like a god. He then went to see the Renuncian prince for himself. When King Bimbisara saw the dignified, peaceful demeanor of the young monk, he felt greatly inspired. Then, exchanging conversation with the Samana, the delight in his heart increased all the more. Due to his suspicion that Prince Siddhartha had left the palace due to a dispute with his relatives over the throne, King Bimbisara offered the throne of Rajagaha to the prince. But the prince refused the king's offer, having renounced his own throne, not due to a dispute, but in order to seek the way beyond suffering.
With such firm intention, I'm sure you'll attain the supreme enlightenment. Once you have done so, may I request that you come and teach the Dhamma to myself and to the citizens of Rajagaha.
The Renuncian prince traveled on to the hermitage of Alara Kalama in order to study and practice under him. In a short time, he had learned all that his master could teach, and so then he traveled on to seek Udaka Ramaputta at his hermitage. Before long, he had come to the end of this teacher's knowledge too. When he asked about attainments beyond that which he had already been taught, Udaka Ramaputta could offer no reply, but instead offered him the leadership of the community. But when the Bodhisattva saw that what he had learned was not the way out of suffering he was seeking, he took his leave and moved on in order to continue his search for higher truth. The Bodhisattva came to Uruvela at Senanigama and considered the fresh coolness of its shady forest, with orderly rows of trees and a river running through, located nearby to the village. It seemed a suitable place for him to continue striving for liberation, so he ceased his traveling and settled in that spot.